everyone, so today I'm going to be doing the next week of my Plan With Me videos. If you did not see last week's video, this was the spread, and I'll have this linked at the end of the video if you would like to check out my original Plan With Me video. So for this week I'm going to be using this kit that I designed quite a while ago. I feel like this would be a good one to use this time because last week I did a lot of blue, and this is a monochromatic pink, and this is from quite a few weeks ago, so these were one of my old like hand-cut kits that I had done, but I'll use that for this week. And then I think I'll also throw in just a couple of these little pink accents I have from one of my last few weeks. And as always, I will start with my full boxes. They are my favorite things to start with. And I don't really have much of a topic for this week. Last week I talked about possibly opening an Etsy store for stickers, and I'm actually putting a lot of thought into that, and who knows, I've actually started kind of putting plans together, kind of thinking like what kind of stickers do I want to design, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And I'm like in the process of putting together some kits, and also starting to kind of pick like names or something like that for my Etsy shop. I haven't 100% figured out what I am going to do yet, but I do have a couple names that I'm going back and forth between, and it's not completely like 100% set yet, but there's definitely one name that I'm kind of thinking about going with. I honestly don't really have anything to talk about for this episode. I guess really just lately I've been, like I said, trying to come up with like kits or any other kind of sticker things that I want to design. I talked a little bit about it last week, how my style is not so much like the typical kind of like clip art, kind of cutesy style to it. I like a lot of really textural kinds of things, patterns, textures, illustrations, things like that. So that's something that I would want my shop to kind of reflect, you know. I know a lot of people kind of like those cutesy kind of clip art, emoji type things, but that's just not really my style, and I just feel like that's not really something that I would really put in my shop. So I'm currently trying to like get all the kinks worked out, you know, like figuring out how to do things the most efficiently, you know, just things like that. So hopefully I will be able to get that all sorted out and tell you guys about it whenever I get that all put together. I feel so boring in this episode because I actually have, like, honestly, I've got nothing to talk about. Maybe something will come to me, but at the moment, nothing is really coming up to me. But yeah, so I guess I can talk a little bit more about my store ideas. So I guess for anyone else that likes the planner videos and the stickers and stuff, I would love to hear your guys, your input on, you know, pretty much everything like sticker related. What kind of sticker styles do you guys like? Do you like more of the kind of clip arty kind of look, or do you like more, I call it more artsy. It's a little pretentious sounding to call it artsy, but I don't know really what other way to describe it. Oh, one thing that happened today that was actually really cool. So one of my favorite types of stores ever are craft stores, so like Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I love those stores. They're probably like my favorite stores in the world. And so I went to Hobby Lobby today just because I was bored and, you know, hadn't been there in a couple weeks. And they used to have these really cool giant, like, I mean giant marquee lighted letters, you know, the kind with the little bulbs and everything like that. And every time I would see those, I always thought they were so cool and I always wanted one, but they were so freaking expensive. It was absolutely insane. I think the original price of them were like $180 per letter, and so I was like, this is cool, but I don't think I'll ever actually buy one of these. And they've had these for, I don't know, I feel like probably maybe around a year now, and they are so cool. And today I went to Hobby Lobby and they had them for 90% off. It was absolutely amazing. So when I first saw them, I like freaked out at first because I was like, holy hell, these are so marked down. And before I had even like completely looked, I was like, I know they're not gonna have any L's, because just L's in anything I think are just always like sold out. So I was kind of like, I didn't really have my hopes up too high. And then I go down the aisle and they have not only one L, but they had two L's. So it was crazy. I was so excited. And at first I had the moment of like, oh my god, I have to get this. This is amazing. I never thought these would go on sale. So I go over to the one of the L's and I look at it, and like I said, I was really excited at first. And then I see that some of the bulbs are busted and some of the little light fixture parts of them are broken, and I just got so bummed about that. But on the bright side, they had like I said, they had two L's, and the other one only had like two spots that were kind of like broken. And so I'm thinking about it and I'm like, do I want to buy it? And like, these things are huge. I'm like, they're probably like 3 feet tall, maybe like 3.5 feet tall. And then I, you know, end up like walking back to that side of the store and I look at them again and I decide, okay, I'm going to get it this time. So I ended up picking out the one that had only like 2 broken spots. And I don't know if I already said this, I might have already said it, but they were originally $180 and they had them marked 90% off, and they were marked for like $18 a piece. So that was like crazy. So whenever I looked closer at the little marquee, I noticed that one of the little bulb sections, the bulb actually had shattered inside the little socket, and I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to fix it. But I thought, it's kind of a risk, but I mean, for $18, it's still really inexpensive, and maybe I could always just like rewire the whole thing. So I ended up getting that, and then I noticed one other side, the little threading of where the light bulb screws into, the threading on the actual, like main part of the light was actually like broken off or not there anymore. So I was a little hesitant at first because of those 2 like little missing problems, I guess, with it. But of course, you know, they weren't going to discount it anymore because it was just as low as it would go. So what I ended up doing was, since there were 2 light bulbs missing, I ended up just like grabbing 2 more of the light bulbs out of the other little what are they called? The other little marquee letters. And I just like halfway screwed them into mine because I wasn't going to buy it if it was like missing bulbs. So I ended up getting 2 extra bulbs for that. And I was kind of like nervous at the checkout because I was afraid they were going to be like, ma'am, you can't have those, but she said it was fine. So I end up buying it and I bring it home, and you know, I'm kind of nervous at this point because I don't know if it's going to like work or not, because it's battery powered, and of course I don't keep batteries in my purse, so I didn't know if it was even going to work. But I thought that even if it doesn't work, I could always like use the frame of it and then just like buy a new wiring kit for it. So luckily I didn't have to do that because it did work when I got home. So the first thing I did was I ended up unscrewing the back of the like the board part off, and it actually was nailed, so I was kind of like afraid like if I pried it up it was going to like ruin the nails. Luckily I was able to re-nail it back, the little backing part, once I had finished. So first I had to like take the little fixture and like put it back into place, and luckily that was a really easy fix. I just had to kind of like hot glue it back into place. The threading of that fixture was gone, but luckily the bulb still kind of fit into the socket part, so that was good. So I was so relieved about that I was able to fix that. And then the second part was a little bit scarier. It had originally had a bulb in there, but it had like broken off into the socket. So then I had to remove the glass from that, but there was still the threading from the bulb inside of the socket. So I had to like take a little bit of tweezers to get that out and like not cut myself. So long story short, I ended up fixing it. I'll have to like take a picture and put it on my Instagram of the really cool Marquee L that I got. I am so glad I actually ended up getting that because I'd wanted it forever, and it was such a good deal. I had to do a little bit of like handyman work, but I'm proud of myself because I got it to work and it looks badass. So I'm not so good at like walking and chewing bubblegum at the same time. So what I just did was I wrote in my TV shows, podcasts, and any other kind of things that I like to watch for my littles. Like I have a couple streams that I watch, and I have 3 TV shows and like 2 podcasts. So next, let's see, Monday is going to be my Plan With Me video, which will be this one. So Plan With Me. Wednesday, I gotta go back to my monthly spread to see what's going up that. Oh, my drugstore favorites. Drugstore favorites. I totally misspelled favorites, but who cares? That one was actually a request, so I did that video. And then Friday, I haven't filmed Friday's video yet, and I don't even have an idea for it yet, so I'll just leave that blank and I'll fill it in whenever I figure out what it's gonna be. So if any of you guys have any like requests or things that you would like to see me make a video about, please let me know, because I'm starting to like really run dry on video ideas. I'm so bad at like trying to do something and talk at the same time. Like I wrote Chinese foods, whatever. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of these like little decorative like banner flags or whatever that I did. Since this was one of my older kits, I do not have like a weekend banner. I just got an idea. Maybe I can kind of like improvise my weekend banner. My weekend banner. I don't know how this will line up since these are not going to probably be like perfect, but we'll give it a go. So W-E, oh, this is so not gonna, this is so not gonna match up. Okay, we'll try. So W-E-E, and then it's hard to like actually peel all these off individually. So that's week, E-N-D. Maybe it will fit. I'm gonna be like so actually amazed if this fits. Oops, that one kind of ripped a little bit. It'll be okay. W-E-E-K-E-N-D. Oh no, it's probably not gonna fit. Oh no. Let's see. No, it's not gonna fit. W-E-E-K-E-N-D. Yeah, okay, so that's not, that was a bad idea. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So I guess what I'll do, instead of like giving each letter its own banner, I'm just gonna kind of like write across the entire thing. Week. And, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. And I didn't even write big enough, so, oh well. Oh my god, this is honestly the worst Plan With Me video I have done in a while. And I've only done a couple of these, but I really like them, and I'm so, like, bummed that I didn't have, like, a really good topic or anything to talk about. And I'm actually filming this video a little bit earlier than I typically would. I'm doing this on a Friday night, not for, like, any specific reason, just because, like, I really kind of like wanted to play with some stickers in my planner. Like I said in the very beginning of my Plan With Me videos, I didn't really understand the whole sticker kind of craze, but I actually really do kind of like it. I'm still not a fan of like the people who like cover every square inch of their planners and stickers. I think that's just overkill. But I do kind of like doing a little bit of decoration and stuff like that, so yeah. And then since I have a couple of these pink ones left over from another kit, I'm just going to do some of these. I just kind of like to randomly stick them on certain days, and I can always like go back and write like a quote or pretty much whatever. Like I said, I don't like to do too much decoration, but I think this is kind of cute, and so we'll do one kind of like, just gonna stick it like that. Oh yeah, and Thursday, which is good because I've got one pink one left. So, okay. Just for fun, we can like do a little bit on the bottom here. Let's see. And I can just kind of trim. And I'll go back and trim that to make it a little bit better. But like I said, I don't typically do washi or anything, but I'm just kind of feeling it for this video because like I said, this was a super boring Plan With Me. I probably should have like just waited to do this like I usually do on Sundays, but I just kind of like, I don't know, it just sounded good at the moment. So do this one, and it's always like so nerve-wracking to like try to line this up. I don't know, I feel like that kind of added like a little bit of cuteness, like a little touch of cute. Should I do like any of this anywhere? I don't know. So that is it for this week's spread. Like I said, I kind of did this one a lot earlier than I usually do just because I was kind of felt like doing it, so that's why there's not really that much filled in on this video. But like I always do, I will show this to you guys at the beginning of my next Plan With Me video. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.